Hello, Internet. Welcome. I've finally made it. I've been able to retrieve a lemon. The game has allowed me to do what was common sense in any case. Still think, I'm missing something here. This is an A, I dare say, so it means Anson.
I won't do that.
But I've got nothing to open it with at the moment. Am I overlooking any clue? No, not in this room, obviously.
This Anson has a good sense of humour. He and this girl should be very close. Perhaps she has some information.
And who might she be? Well, we know her name. It's Lucy. And might she be working on that boat? As a waitress, of course. Of course. So I've got a lemon. Watson, I've got a lemon! You have no idea what the significance of this message is, but soon enough, I'll explain it. Here we go. Open the door. Watson! Look, I've got...
Ah, Holmes! There are thousands of these mosquitoes.
I know. Oh. Yes, of course. The agony of this game.
Watson, cover yourself with lemon juice. It will protect you from the mosquito stings.
Do you know any similar trick to avoid the sting of bullets? We likely need it soon.
Very funny, Watson. Very funny. So... that was the trick. And of course they stay behind. They do not follow. They're very local mosquitoes. Okay. I can't access the lawn. No. Obviously, it's not really there. I'm just imagining the lawn. Okay, what's this? What's this?
There are signs of a struggle here. Perhaps Anson regained his senses and fought back. Blood, and in large quantities. This bush has been stripped of its lower leaves and slightly uprooted. Someone grabbed hold of the brambles and refused to let go. His adversary, unable to get him down due to the man's tight grasp, must have cut off his hand. I would say his right.
What a horror!
Rather, and quite determined.
But that's strange. If he cut up... I mean... Why? That only makes sense if they wanted or needed the man alive. If barely. Otherwise, if he had a machete or some other sort of large knife or dagger... No, not a dagger. Or something to cut. A cutlass. Something like that. Why not chop off his head? Kill him. Then it would be a lot easier to drag him. But no. Cutting off his hand... There is evidence that a fierce struggle took place in the swamp on the way from Anson's garden to the river. We're not in the swamp. There's grass around us. The violence of this fight is unmistakable, as someone's right hand was severed at that same place. Well, I do agree with the deduction as a whole. But what happened to the hand? Did the raccoon eat it? Watson? Oh, alright. Too scared to come along. Fine with me. We got here. Ah. This is where the swamp begins, I guess. Well, no, not really, but guess this is leading towards the swamp.
A boat was waiting here. Watson, it seems everything leads to the swamp. How can we get there?
We must find that fisherman, the one at the docks who gave us information. He could help us.
You're quite right, Watson. Besides, it would be wise to visit a young woman.
A young woman?
Okay, so Holmes also surmised that this lady was not standing in front of that particular steamboat by accident, which does make sense. So, hey Tom. So where do we go from here? There's garden, corridor, barn, port district. Should we go back to the port district now? Or is there something that we've overlooked here? I don't think so. As Holmes said, we need to talk to this lady, which indicates finding her first. And we need to get a boat, and Champagne is the most likely person to get us a boat. And we've got a bottle of champagne to pay him now. Wow. Excellent. Alright, then I dare say, let's go back. Bzzz. Behold the power of the lemon juice. Well, Miss Eula and the little boy are safe. Although, since it's the sheriff who's our adversary, not too sure. Don't know how much power the Gallaghers have in this city. Watson? Oh, there you are. Come on, let's get out of here before the sheriff actually turns up. Map. Great, I can just see the house. So, I need to click on here, huh? Don't like it. I would actually prefer to walk back through the streets of New Orleans, but... Alright, let's get back to the port.
Run, Watson, run!
We outran them, Holmes.
Surely not, Watson. They ceased their chase only when they saw we continued towards the port. Apparently, they have orders to kill intruders only as a last resort.
Is this supposed to reassure me?
Not sure. So they actually fired a shot. From the sound of it, with a very large gun. Wonder if this guy would help us. Hey.
I told you once, now don't rile me. Get lost.
Right, but you could really help us out. How about, can I borrow your gun? I like your hat. Alright, obviously not. You are lucky. Lucky. Very... Ooh, shut up. The sound effects in this game are... You're still here? Believable. These people are still here. Who did it's a disgrace. Was that you? Hope not. Let's talk to this guy. He's still sleeping. Time is standing still here, Watson. In New Orleans. Nouveau Orleans. There we go. Oh, he's still doing the same thing. Do this right now. Hello?
Will this cover the cost of a boat?
It been kept in a bad way. My foot, it warm now for sure. All this'll get you is them planks from the wood pile round there.
And one of your lanterns.
Sold.
What do you expect to do with this, Holmes? Build a raft?
That's an exceedingly good question. Why the deuce did you buy some planks? I mean, I know we got a hammer. I know we got nails. You're going to... And a lantern. You're going to build a raft? Surely not. To go into a deadly swamp that you know nothing about. No. Can I really... I seemingly... That's... I hate this game. So I built a ladder instead of a raft. Seemingly, Holmes is still thinking of the raccoon. Who might or might not have something of worth or value. But why then the storm lantern? He said he wants to go to the swamp, and I agree with him. We have to follow the guy called Ashmat. That was his name. What was his name? Ashmat. Yeah. We want to follow this guy, Ashmat, who dragged away Mr. Anson. So... And we need a boat to do that. But he wouldn't sell us a boat because the bottle of champagne was warm. I wonder where he was expecting us to get a cold bottle of champagne in this climate. But, never mind. So, we're not getting a boat. Instead... I mean, what could the raccoon have dragged away? At first I thought it was the key to the private rooms of Arnston, but we solved that riddle. So maybe what the raccoon dragged off is the key to the weapons? And if we get them, we can shoot the sheriff and then steal his boat. I don't think that's the way Sherlock Holmes would solve a crime. Sounds like John Wayne. In El Dorado. No. But still, these weapons, of course, might come in useful, but that won't get us a boat. And we need a boat. But of course, we still got this. So we could sell the ruby, but of course we are being watched by the sheriff, who's very happy that we left Anson's house and that we went back here, probably hoping that we will get on board of the ship after all. Sooner or later he will notice that we are not doing it, which will get us back in confrontation mode. Stop looking at me like that, like a wounded deer in the forest. Oh, Sherlock, what shall we do? Stand on your head and do like a peacock. There you go. Yes. Alright, let's... This lady, then. Hello.
Good evening, my darlings. Come to have a little fun, have you?
Well,
No, madam. We merely wish to speak with one of your boarders about an extremely urgent matter.
Of course you do, darling. How much money you looking to spend?
The matter is, madam, I must protest. It's not what you think. This is extremely urgent and involves nothing questionable.
Oh, sure. I understand. I know all about these urgent matters you fellas have to talk about with the girls. But unless I see the color of your money, you and your urgent matters best keep on moving. At least there are two of you. You can always lend each other a hand.
what did she just say? These Americans have such colourful expressions.
Do they? Why don't I just give her the ruby? How about this?
What else do you want? We have work to do.
Okay. Okay, I need to talk to one of the girls. She won't let me. Unless I have money, or... maybe she likes the flowers? Flowers?
Good evening, my darlings. Come to have a little fun, have you?
Well,
No, madam. We came to give this bouquet to one of your boarders. You know who I'm talking about. We have something very important to say to her.
Okay. Oh, there she is.
Good evening. You brought these flowers? Who are you? What's happened to...
Mr. Arnson? We still do not know exactly what has happened with the gentleman, but we are here to try and find out. Listen to me, miss.
Lucy.
My dear Miss Lucy, my friend and I have come here all the way from England. You may have seen us this morning with the sheriff.
Are you working for him?
No. Actually, we suspect him of obstructing our investigation. Our case has some remote connection with Mr. Arnson, so we went to his home to talk with him. While there, we found evidence he has been abducted, and one of his servants had been murdered.
Kidnapped? But why?
I don't know, but time is running out. Please tell us what you know about Mr. Arnson, and, Miss Lucy, omit nothing. Even the most trivial of facts may prove to be of great importance.
He is such a kind man, and had promised we would be married this autumn. He arrived in New Orleans about 2 years ago. He's a hunter, and was to stay but a few weeks. He was after something in the swamp, Lord knows what. Then, we met here. I had just started working, you see. Madam said that she would let me leave only if my debts and worth to her was paid off in full. A few weeks ago, Miss Arneson, said that he had the solution. Maybe he had the money and was kidnapped by people who wanted it. It would have been a small fortune to most folks round here.
And you know where he could have hidden it?
Oh, I don't care about the money. If it could bring me back Errol, I'd give it away gladly. He showed me a secret room upstairs. He shoots with a gun to open it. He says that nobody else can succeed but a real marksman. Behind the wall is a cupboard with weapons and a little box hidden behind a big rifle. His money is inside. To open the gate of the cupboard, he uses his signet ring that he wears on his right hand. But how can any of this help you? You don't have his ring.
You have been of greater assistance than you may realize, Miss Lucy. If Mr. Arnson is still alive, we shall bring him back to you. Come on, Watson.
That Mr. Arnson is a real sucker. You let your girlfriend work in a place like this?
Pay a visit to this Anson.
You know he's not at home, Holmes. You do realize. Really? I would have told this lady to get lost. I'd punch her in the nose. Leave my girlfriend alone. His signet ring. She said that his signet ring was on his right hand. The right hand was severed. But it was no longer lying around in the garden, so Ashmat must have severed the hand and then took Hand and Anson separately to drag them off. Otherwise, the hand would have been still lying around somewhere. Unless, of course, the raccoon took the hand, yummy meat, and dragged it up to his nest with ring on finger and all. So maybe the game will now allow me to, use the ham.
Would you be so kind as to explain to me why we are coming back with these wood planks?
We are searching for a signet ring, Watson.
And how do these planks help us find it?
We must recover the hand that wears it, so we must find a way to lure its finder.
But whom are you talking about, Holmes?
Okay. The raccoon. It doesn't happen very often, but Sherlock and I are of the same opinion here. Raccoon.
The facts speak for themselves, Watson. The key that unlocks Anson's cupboard is the signet ring he customarily wears on his right hand. There was the very same severed by one of his kidnappers when the poor man clung to the bush we saw on the way to the bayou. It so happens that raccoons are attracted by carrion and also are quite taken by shiny objects. No doubt one has made off with our missing hand and its ring. I noticed their tracks nearby, and no doubt they have a nest in this area. Find the raccoons and we find our hand.
As you put it, it seems quite obvious, Holmes.
It's simplicity itself. But now we need to place some bait so the little fellow will come out and take us back to his den.
All right. Very well done, Holmes. You actually deduced that correctly. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in the next episode. Pike is signing off.